The fastest vaccine developed to date has been for mumps, and that took 4 years. Now the coronavirus vaccine will take over as a medical textbook legend. The start of the first mass immunisations has begun in Britain in less than a year.
It's been a mad scramble to immunize the world against a virus that has paralyzed us all. From research to distribution, it's a process that usually takes 5 to 10 years or even longer. But with all eyes and hopes pinned on a silver bullet to hopefully end the pandemic, scientists have already pushed out several vaccines. Before any vaccine gets the go-ahead, though, it must go through several stages of testing, starting with preclinical trials, where the vaccine is tested on animals to see if it produces an immune response. After that, the vaccine moves on to the 3 phases of clinical trials. These trials test for safety, side effects, and to see if the vaccine would work as it should. Now, work began in January to decipher this new infectious disease. Around 200 vaccines are now in the works, a third in clinical trials, and more than 10 in final phases. Now, China was ahead of the game. It authorized Sinovac and Sinopharm's vaccine candidates for emergency use in July. 1 month later, Russia registered Sputnik V for public use, the first country to do so even before Phase 3 trials. Now, the first inoculations took place over the weekend. Fast-tracking a vaccine before the end of clinical trials comes with its own risk. Several vaccine makers halted trials after adverse reactions in their volunteers, though they have resumed. Now, the most promising trial results, Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna and Sputnik V, boasting high efficacy rates of around 95%, while AstraZeneca's vaccine is 70% effective. Both Sinovac and Sinopharm have yet to release efficacy data, but say it beat expectations. Now, test results show Sinovac's vaccine capable of inducing a quick immune response. Now, a vaccine could cost as little as $4 per dose, like AstraZeneca's, or go up to more than $70 in Sinopharm's case. Now, most candidates, though, hover around $20 to $40 per dose. Now, making enough for the planet's 7.8 billion people is already one huge hurdle. Add to that the transport and storage of vaccines. It is a huge logistical headache. Just providing a single dose to protect the world would fill 8,000 cargo planes. Now, most COVID-19 vaccines being developed require 2 shots, making it twice as challenging. Vaccines must also be refrigerated. Pfizer-BioNTech's doses at minus 70 degrees Celsius.
The health department will allocate a specific amount of vaccine, which will be shipped directly to us. We will store that, take it out of the storage containers, which contain dry ice, and put them directly into our freezers, which are in a secure location and also are monitored remotely to make sure that they stay at the proper temperature.
Most vaccines can only be stored for up to 60 days, but Sinovac says theirs can be kept for up to 3 years. And many governments have already cut their own deals with various vaccine developers. Richer nations like the US, UK and Japan have put big money in the front runners to secure early supplies. But ultimately, it's all about picking the right vaccine maker. The World Health Organization wants to level the unequal playing field with a global vaccine initiative, COVAX. It aims to deliver 2 billion doses of vaccines around the world by the end of next year, giving priority to people most at risk. Getting your hands on a vaccine will be up to governments or businesses around the world. While they can't force people to be vaccinated, they can penalize those who don't.